Hey, good morning, everybody. I've got ambient music playing in the background. It's kind of cool. I don't know if it's cool or not. I'm gonna turn it off. It usually gets distracting for me. Hold on a second. I've got a Google who just got activated. The music in the background, and that music's probably not licensed. Just one moment here. I'm going to do my disclaimer while I just take care of this. If I turn my mic back on. Hey, everybody, I'm going to try and make this one kind of a quick one. It's almost Sunday, and anyway, my GOOGLE, which is always listening, got activated. The thing actually just responded to me spelling its name. Oh, AI is so cool and creepy at the same time. All right, so we're going to take a look at reviews of stuff. My market cycle with the bots closed out yesterday. I'm not going to go through the spreadsheet things tonight. Anyway, so recap started with $250 on February 14th, now $417.14, waiting for a dip. And is it going to give it to me? Don't know. Did it dip today? It kind of came down. It went up to here, came down to here. What was it? Middle Bollinger Band, right? Oh, this is the daily. Never mind. Wait a sec. You can't see this. I haven't brought it up. My apologies. Let's start over. I'm just so excited to just talk about this. Now I'm trying to make it bigger on this screen instead of this other one. Hold on. I'm just combobulated. Don't mind me. I use a Microsoft system at my work, and it's just really weird what I have to do there. And then when I come home, I've got this really cool Mac system and bigger monitors, and it's just anyway. So I was looking at the markets before starting the show, and let's just do a recap. Doing two things. So we're going to take a quick little review of the bot thing, right? And then we're going to take a look at the markets. All right. So here, the weekly, the daily, 12-hour. So, it's topping out. This is the daily. Is it going to keep going up? It looks like it. But, I think we've got this like indecisive doji here. Like, is it going to change directions maybe and have a breakout up? That's what everyone's hoping for, right? In XRP. But this is, when did this has got, this is the weekly, right? Yeah, so this has got, 16 hours left to complete. So this, with this negative going down, is probably kind of a positive, like it might want to reverse direction. So that's the bull run that we're hearing folks talk about. All right, so over here, this is the daily. What we got? We have 3 strong days in a row, and that's pretty cool. We have a nice angling here on the MACD going up. Over here at the 12 hours, we kind of had a spike up, and we had a little bit of a spike down, 37.37. What's my entry at from the next bot? I have it at 36.73. So another 50 points, whatever that is, down. If it would have come down to here, 36, what did I say? 36.73. So I'm expecting it to probably come to see the spike down. I was expecting it to come and spike down to probably it's about here, which is somewhere around here. It's a kind of a little bit of an aggressive spike down, but it is the weekend. So, I don't like necessarily trading on the weekends, although bot's not a big deal because there's usually a dip because the market opens on Sunday. That dip is either on Sunday or Monday, depending on how things go. It's a complicated conversation. It's unreliable, so we'll see what happens. But it's a market cycle, right? Usually, when I'm like buying, if I'm scheduling a buy for cryptocurrency, like a buy once a week, I'll usually schedule it for like Sunday morning, and you can look whatever assets you're looking at. You can just go on TradingView even with a free account and just see, well, what happens every Sunday morning for like the last month or 3 months. And you get an idea of when's not a bad idea to make that recurring purchase, dollar cost averaging thing. It usually dips on Mondays, like excuse me, Sundays. Not always, but often. All right, so that is the bigger view. Let's look at the decision making view for bots. Now, and if I'm going to go into an active trading session, this is the same process I look at. Right now, I'm just looking at XRP for the bots. And then we're going to go and look at Ethereum, and we're going to look at Bitcoin in terms of possibilities for active trading. So when I'm setting up bots, I'm looking at all this stuff, but I'm looking at the bigger time frames, right? Because if I want to, there's two things I want a bot to do. Whenever I may enter a trade, there's two things I like to do. I like to catch these dips, right? I love catching the dips. This happened at what time? 9 o'clock this morning. I was thinking about setting the bot to start at 37, and I decided that I think it might because it's Sunday is coming up. But you know what? I could have gotten in here and I'd be getting out like whenever this came up. I could have done that. I'm probably being a little bit too cautious um because whenever the stuff is like above the top 100 bands on the daily, it's just to me it's just a matter of time before big money starts wanting to take profits, which causes a down spike, and I just want to get in on the down spike, which means I'm an instant profit from price action. And then all this does is the grid bot just buys and sells, buys and sells, buys and sells, and then sells, 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 sells. What have I set an exit if I got in at 37? If I would have gotten in at, let's say, I probably would have set it at like 37.03. If I would have got in here and I would have gotten out 30, is this, I guess I could have went up here. 38.56. Yeah, that would have been profitable. That would have been a nice scalp for the day. I'm not used to this XRP. I'm not used to thinking in terms of what's a 1% or 2% movement with this thing, right? It's in my brain for like Ethereum, but this is a little bit more difficult. So, what am I expecting to have happen? We had the spike up, but see, it's already losing momentum on the hourly, right? Now, did it turn midnight? Yeah, it just turned midnight, and so what did it do? It spiked down. Yeah, people are selling, take profits. Other side of the world's waking up, kind of thing. That's my interpretation there. I could tell you exactly what markets open if I had my chart here, but I don't. And then let's look at here in the faster time frames. Yeah, this is there's nothing surprising me. See, here's the fit here. Let me make this bigger. Whoa, this is called a waterfall. This is what a waterfall looks like. You love seeing it, right? So this is the 5 second. So, man, now would be a great time to consider. I'd have to look at the 3 minute, but now would be a good time to get in. Let's look at the 3 minute, see if it's actually a good time to get in. If I was actively trading this one, oh, it dipped down. I would actually maybe wait a little bit because it's going to go down further. I think it's going to test this. So, but no, it's bottoming out. but I think it's gonna dump a little bit. No, it's going. So I'd hop in on that. We'll see if it's would have been a mistake or not. So it's coming up on the 15. We're gonna start seeing this. Where would I get it? I would be getting out probably here at 38.06. So anyway, I don't trade XRP actively, but this is a golf swing that I use with Bitcoin or Ethereum or any other asset. I just have never traded. See, like I suspected, it was going to go push down. So I would be stuck in a trade right now. Not a big deal. I mean, at 100x is like he's like, oh, well, you're really, really nervous. But there's a process where you can reduce your leverage when this happens. So, and I'm not that familiar with XRPs. You get familiar. Every asset has its own personality, and I'm most familiar with Bitcoin and Ethereum for active trading. But I'm looking at I'm looking with what I know and what my process is. I think I can hop into pretty much any asset because it's the same golf swing, but maybe just after a week of working with it, I would have a good idea for what its personality is. So anyway, so let's take a look at Bitcoin. That's the big dog. I'm going to change these all to Bitcoin. And actually, before I do that, let me see if KuCoin has changed their leverage capabilities on Ethereum. I think it's probably still the leverage is limited. Yes, I know what leverage is. Yes, yes, yes. Got it. Why are you doing other? No, they're still limited to 75x, which is huge, right? Which is huge. But so in this case, I haven't traded Ethereum much with 75x. It requires you to be in the market longer to get the results you want. But I have another exchange that I move some money into, where I've got 200x leverage, and one of the reasons for that is the markets have been so slow up until recently that wanting to get in and out fast requires leverage. That way, the smaller market movements gets you the ROI you're looking for. And I have a spreadsheet for that, and I actually need I haven't done any active trading since the FTX collapse because it took out my mind game. I was just really, really angry with that because a bull run was starting, and like I like to say, an already rich prick, what, $28 billion wasn't enough for him. I like joking about the fact that he has his own little sex commune going on in Bahamas. He's from a rich family, and that wasn't enough for him. He had to rob already wealthy people. I guess if you're going to rob already wealthy people, that's kind of cool. But he hurt everybody who wasn't super wealthy, and it turns out he's just an arrogant prick. And anyway, it's just bad. And FTX was really cool, and he had a good business going, and a good business model, and he was respected. And I think the power just went to his head or something. All right, so what is Bitcoin telling us? Bitcoin did it go up to it didn't breach. It did not breach 28,000, but it got really, really close. So what is this telling me? So as expected, we have weakness on the 12-hour. Why? Because everything's at the top. And what does that mean? Well, big, big money is in Bitcoin, right? And they're like, let's take some profits. You know, that's what I see happening here. Oh, that just changed a little bit thicker candle, so maybe I'm wrong. I doubt it though. See all this red down here? Let's make this bigger. And let's make this a little bit more friendly. So right now it's like midnight, and folks have been taking profits for the last 1, 2, 3 hours, right? And this is telling me this is the hourly, right? Yeah, this is the hourly. So the MACD, look at this. See how this is kind of like nice and rounded, right? See how this is like, oh, it doesn't, it just it's choppy. So this is an uncertain market. And, I try to if I'm going to trade an uncircuit market, I want to be in and out fast. And that requires high leverage. And most people don't have a proper plan or experience to do that. But I've been training folks how to do that for like 2 years now, so it's all right. People don't understand what risk is. Hedge fund managers don't really understand what risk is other than their quant analysis stuff, which is flawed because it just is flawed. All right, so what's happening? So this is a 6 hour. So what are you seeing here, right? We're seeing the point of control. It's not breaking through it, right? The last 12 hours, it's pushing down. So what's going to happen? It's probably going to meander down to here. It's going to meander down to 25, psychological barrier. It's probably not going to break through 25 unless something happens. And yeah, we're seeing this. It's just, to me, this is a normal market cycle, right? Just normal market cycling. I like seeing the fact that we went from like 22,000, like a $6,000 or $8,000, within a few days. So I like that a lot. So let's see here. Let's make this big. So most people don't have access to data streams that are less than a minute. Okay. Almost, you go on into your exchanges, the fastest you can see happening is 1 minute. So what we have here is we have the 1 minute, the 3 minute, and the 5 minute. And for, swing trade and stuff, this is probably good enough, right? Why the 3 minute? Because very few people actually monitor 3 minute. And the 1 minute shows me about what's about to happen. So look at what happened in the last 3 minutes, and this is showing up in the last 6 minutes. Between those two, that gives me, even without having the 15-second, 5-second stuff going on, this tells me a lot. Now, on the point of control, we're under the point of control on the 3 minutes. So what is that telling me? Well, it's probably going to come back up to retest this. But what I'm most interested in is what's the price difference between here and here. 26.9. So it's like $100. Okay, so this needs to be this range on the 3 minute for me needs to be about $270 or $280 difference between these two lines. There's a tip. No one's here to pick that piece up. All right, it's all right. This is okay. So what I'm kind of doing is I've kind of got this little thing with the universe. I spent a week pouring my heart out into this, right? Broadcasting on to let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 different platforms, 5 different sections, and it's just to see if there's anyone that's really paying any attention to it. And I know these are long, and I know that they're boring, and they're not exciting, and I'm doing everything wrong to hold your attention because these are really like I'm doing assessments. It's more like a podcast kind of thing, and it drones along. And usually at night, I'm kind of tired, so I get it. And I'm not, doing the whole, music stuff to keep you entertained and get you going. I can do a little bit of that. There's no one here. Keep myself going. Yeah. I can at least play with my tools a little bit when no one's here. So what does this tell me? And you're probably wondering, let me turn that off. You're probably wondering why I've got the 5-second. Oh, look, we've come, look at what happened, right? Remember this thing crashing and now it's reversing. See this? We would have had to survive, what was it? We would have had to survive this and then this to get to this. And so, yeah, our 100x leverage trade would probably be 50x leverage right now, or 75 with the averaging, and it might be reversing based on the 15-minute. Would I have taken that trade? No, I would not have, because there's not enough range, and the market's not moving fast enough. So I can come in here and sit down, and within about 2 or 3 minutes assess, actually less than that. If I want to see, I can instantly look at this and tell you that I just don't have the price action necessary to do the kind of trade that I want. It doesn't mean I couldn't trade. I just would have to be willing to accept, like less than 33% ROI, which I might be able to do. I might be willing to do that in a certain scenario. I want to do some trading tomorrow, rather because the bot's already set up. And I'm really disappointed in KuCoin that they have not unlocked the returned Ethereum to 100x leverage. That really is annoying to me. But yeah, I can come, like, this is Bitcoin. So right now, oh, someone's joined me. Hello, somebody. Where are you from? Oh, someone actually on YouTube. Thank you. Very, very cool. All right. So one of my things for high leverage trading is I come to the 3 minute and I take a measurement between the bottom Bollinger Band and the middle Bollinger Band, right? Because what do we have here? We have 3, 6, 9 minutes, right? So I'm in and out in less than 10 minutes. Oh, YouTube just kind of came and went. Huh. Well, I guess I don't have to recap this for you then. Whoever you were, scared you off. It's like, oh no, he saw me. It's supposed to have been a compliment, but all right. I was going to ask you to see if I always want to test the chat mechanism, because I think it actually works properly with YouTube to do Q&A. I don't know. So anyway, while I was mumbling to myself, so I could have been in and out here in like 9 minutes, right? And I'd be out, and I have a spreadsheet that actually helps me determine this. It's really easier to think in terms of Ethereum, right? Because with Ethereum, we're at what, 1769? So I need like 17. I need, what do I need? I need a $17 movement between here, 63, and so it's a $7. So it's like half. So at 100x leverage, this is nah. I'd rather not do it. I could have easily scalped 15% ROI on that in less than 10 minutes. But at 200x leverage, I could hit my goal. No, I'm kind of excited. I've moved money into the account. I set it up. It's one of those things that you have to do through a VPN. They don't require KYC, but it is an established exchange. I think it's one of the only ones where you can have 200x leverage. And because of that, I don't necessarily trust them. You can get money on the exchange, but you can get money off. So I didn't put in a lot of money on the exchange. I think it was like $100, which is, well, what is it? That's like literally 20 times more than I need to build from. But anyway, I figured give it a test. And actually, that's been sitting there for like a month because I've been focusing on the bots. So I got, infrastructure is what's first. So I could maybe do Ethereum moves slower than Bitcoin does if you're really into volatility, which I like, right? But the extremes that Bitcoin can do to buffer those and plan those trades is a little bit more of a challenge than Ethereum. That's why I tell folks and I train folks to start with Ethereum, because it's really easy for them to think in 0.01 ETH. And, that's right now that's 17, not quite 18 cents. So somewhere between 20, 21 cents to get in out of a trade for training purposes. And yeah, you could build to $1 million from that. Yeah. Tell me any other financial market where you could actually run the numbers on that. It's slow going at first, but you know what? You get a lot of practice. And if you get good, then you'll be able to instantly see opportunities, hop in, hop out without having, it just transforms. It's what I call financial empowerment. It doesn't seem very many people are really interested in financial empowerment. Everyone wants to win the lottery. They want to get rich quick, and I'm not really teaching that. I mean, I could. See, the problem with doing that the problem with teaching get rich quick with high leverage trading is it's exciting and it's actually kind of addicting because you get a serotonin and dopamine rush every time you do a trade, and gamers are into that, right? But your mind you as a human being are probably not ready for the wealth you think you want. And I, being an older, responsible type human being that actually cares about my audience versus selling shit to my audience, I won't do that to you. Won't do that to you. Sorry. But you know what? In the last week, I've shared everything that would be needed for someone to get started. Anyway, am I going to do this twice a day moving forward? I'm going to take probably the next 2 days to do some active trading myself because I'm kind of out of practice. And the bot's already set up, so I don't really have to do much with the bot. I already set it up. The market's gonna do its thing, and I could reset it up if there's a market change, but I think the bot will activate it, and I'll be very, very happy with its entry point, probably by 8 a.m. in the morning. We'll see tomorrow if I'm accurate or not. I've got a ton of content that I wanna process and, um, do some training and do some shorts and stuff like that. Right now, I have like no audience. It's like literally a waste of my time to be doing these things. However, the information I'm providing actually is really good stuff, in my opinion. Nobody knows me. Nobody cares. I shouldn't say nobody. There's a handful of folks. I can think of 3, 4. Well, there's more than that. But in terms of my crypto stuff, 3 or 4 folks care about what I'm doing. And that is enough because they have been changing their lives for the last couple of years, those have been participating, so I'd wanna expand my scope. So, maybe doing these long, vidcast type things, unless I get a better, more engaging format, is just not gonna work for me. It's not obviously working for anyone else either because folks are coming out. There was someone from Twitch coming out most last week and hanging out literally for an hour, hour and a half type of stuff, but I think they're done. They gathered the free information and they think that's all I got. So it's all right. 'Cause it's been repetitive this last week. And that's on purpose because these are really designed to create the training pieces for me to pull the content out to make like concise 5-minute trainings. And anyway, let's see. Is there anything else I want to talk about tonight? No, nope, there's some really good stuff here. I'm not too worried about the beast mode thing because listen, the truth is, if you didn't pay at least $500 for any of this information, you're not gonna think it's of any value. It's free. And since I don't have like, 1.5 million followers or 20,000 followers, you're like, well, what does he know? And anything that I throw up here, you're, I wouldn't believe it either. So I get it. All right. It's okay. I'll probably do some shorts. I'll have some shorts, fun with shorts to build up an audience while I package courses for sale. And you know, I don't know. I'm hiring a consultant to advise me on that because right now I need to actually make it about me more than making it about the other folks. The folks that I want to impact their lives I already have. So anyone that's new is somebody that's new, and I just don't think I'm going to do twice a day in-depth analysis at this point till I'm retired. And I don't think the audiences on YouTube are going to support that happening or on Twitch or anywhere based on the testing that I did last week. Had some folks show up. I see if I could engage them with the chat to test the chat mechanism with me. And I had one person engage with chat on Facebook, and that's a person who already knows me, but no one who doesn't know me was willing to reach out. And I think I scared the crap out of the Twitch person. Because literally there was just them and me. And says, "Hey, listen, last night," I said, "You got any questions for me?" And I think they just ran away. And I'm like, "Man, I don't bite unless I'm asked to bite," type of thing. And that's only never mind. Not gonna go there. That belongs to only one person. and that is my goddess. So what should we talk about now? I have absolutely nothing left. I mean, there's this shit ton of stuff I want to talk about, and I've proven that. But I think this is a good way to end this week. New week is starting. Ambient music. Turn off the chart. It's kind of pleasant. So from this point forward, folks, I'm just gonna play. Is there anything else I should do? I got music, video storage, an RTMP source, so I could like bring in a stream from Zoom. So I could like have people call in live and stuff. I can do presentations, PDF presentations, PowerPoint, .x, and slides. Huh. I'll have to play with that. That could be good for training purposes. I could go different. I think this is it, everybody, for now. I don't know if I'm going to continue doing these or not. So, I mean, if I wake up Monday and there's like, hundreds or thousands of people that have liked on YouTube, and then I'd like, oh, wow. But if, I think there's four. There's four. I think two of them are from one or two of them are from my other accounts. They want to show at least somebody liked it before I started this brand new channel. I'm going to focus on doing some shorts. I got some cool ideas for shorts and things just to build up an audience and while I work on actually creating the training content. And I think for Patreon and stuff like that, I think I have one Patreon subscriber, and it's okay because until it's like 1,000 Patreon subscribers, it's kind of functionally irrelevant. So I am so busy with everything that's going on, I have to start deciding where to put my energy and what's flowing and what's not flowing. And I really feel good about the fact that I can actually do these casts now with basic stuff. They're not exciting. They're I'm too boring. I think it could become exciting. It just takes a lot of energy. And I really need to just pour myself into getting the foundational training piece done. And then probably marketing that through a different process versus doing the Patreon thing. So, have I given up on that? No, I have not. This is all testing. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm willing to try things out, test things out, buy information, courses, and just get a measured result that I can then grow from, and to see if I like it, right? So I think I could do a podcast or a vidcast. I think I could work, especially if for some engagement where people asking questions and stuff, but nobody knows me. And maybe it's just because I'm too old and I look weird, right? And that's okay. It's okay because, the people that might listen to me based on, how I do my appearance and stuff like that they're, they're probably not going to. And, maybe what I'll do is I'll do this sort of thing inside of VR. I'm really big on VR and the metaverse type of stuff. So, I have an avatar that has a cowboy hat, but probably looks better than I do right now. Well, let's all look at this. So we had a little bit of conversation here. Let's take a look at what's happening in the market on the 3-minute. Hold on, come on. So this is Ethereum. So let's see, we would have gotten in down around here, 1763, and the top Bollinger Band is 1774. So that's what, $10, $11. Yeah, I mean, at 100x at this price level, that'd be, I don't know, about 15% ROI. And how many minutes did that take? 30 minutes? No, 27 minutes. No, I can't even do basic math. That's up to Ironman. 24 minutes. That's just way too long. This easy money, low hanging fruit is 1, 2, 3. Hit here. Yeah, you could go a little above because it usually, look, it does spike above, right? So, you could have had an exit trap set up there. That's what, an $8 movement, roughly, or if you had a trap. This is literally the 3% standard deviation. You know what I need to do is set it up so I can show you how to change that so you can actually see where it's really probably going to dip like 93% of the time. I like seeing how everyone else sees because it gives me an idea where they're going to go based on their training. And then I just kind of make my decisions to exploit where they're at. I shouldn't use the word exploit. It's fair, right? It's gaming. If that's how they're trained to work and the hedge fund managers are going to do it, then that gives me an edge because I kind of have a good idea, not all the time, but generally of what's going to happen. I hear people bragging about, 70% success in their trades. And it's just like, wow, because they're training at 52%, right? And it's a quants thing. It's just like, if I tell people like, well, I've went through a whole year with 0 trading losses at 100x, you're a liar. And they don't even want to see it or care about it. Oh, someone's joined me. Oh, hello, Twitch person. I'm actually wrapping up. This was kind of a short, weird one, but I shared some really good stuff this time about how I enter and evaluate whether or not I want to take a high leverage trade. So I didn't really talk much about that. I think maybe once last week. So, but there's some good information. Listen to it at 2x. Do me a favor, do it on YouTube so it helps with my getting to my 4,000 hours of watch time or that sort of thing. Have a great night. I'm probably not going to be on. Well, I shouldn't say that, but I'm probably not going to be on the next 2 days. My days off. I'm going to be working on pulling out content from the last week to continue this project. My bot is set up. It just didn't dip far enough. Although I think I go into what I think is going to happen this morning, coming into Sunday morning. There's usually a weekly dip. So I've already covered all that. And so just go, I probably sound way faster, better at 1.5x to 2x speed. So anyway, shout out to you. Hope you're having a great weekend, and we'll catch you probably sometime next week. Have a good night, everybody. And I got a little weird towards the end when no one else was around, so I'm just going to leave it. I was playing with some of the features and things, so just fast forward through that. All right, have a good night. Yeah, I'm still here. I called this thing here, and it just isn't far enough. But I could have made a 15% ROI at 100x on that one. But I could have hit my goal at 200x. So it's kind of exciting. All right.